It's the afternoon weather briefing. This is for Friday, the 3rd of January. I'm James Spann. Alabama's weather cold and dry tomorrow. Then we'll deal with storm system number 1 with wind, rain, some thunder Sunday and Sunday night. And could there be a storm number 2 at the end of next week that might bring some wintry precipitation to the Deep South? As always, the new model data is in the house, and we've got some thoughts. So here we go. Upper air look today. Little clipper has passed through the eastern states, Alberta clipper, and that sharpened up the trough, and that means the air tomorrow should be about 5, 6, 7 degrees colder. We'll be in the 20s tomorrow morning, highs in the 40s for North Alabama. But we are very dry. Visible satellite view showing a clear sky statewide. Got some light snow with a clipper up through parts of the mountains of East Tennessee and western North Carolina, the Great Smokies onto the northeast. And there's the radar composite, again, fairly quiet around the nation. Temperatures are seasonal today. The average high for this state in Birmingham is 54. It's 53. And if you're new here, this is just what the averages would suggest for the third day of January. It's colder in the Tennessee Valley. Huntsville has come down to 50. Memphis at 48, but down to the south we have low 60s for Mobile and Dothan. So storm system number 1, that's going to produce a nasty winter storm from Kansas over to Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., and Baltimore. Between really Sunday and Monday night, we have winter storm watches in effect for much of that area. Winter storm warnings up for parts of Kansas and Missouri, and we'll see those stretching out to the east later this evening. Here's the severe weather outlook for the rest of today and tonight. We have the chance of some thunder for the northern Pacific coast, nothing severe. Tomorrow, maybe some thunder across parts of Arkansas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri. Again, nothing severe. And then on day 3, which is Sunday, and Sunday night, we have a risk of severe storms defined for areas west of Alabama. And you can see this includes parts of Mississippi, Louisiana, Arkansas, East Texas. In fact, to tell you what, while I'm looking at it here, let's see if the SPC is now updating the day 3 outlook. And just checking to see if we have any changes, and they just updated that here moments ago. So let me drop that in the set here, and really not much change. They've kind of shifted that marginal risk a little bit into west and especially southwest Alabama, but no changes. And again, we think the better chance of any severe storms should be west of the state Sunday and Sunday night. And again, more on this in just a second. Rain amounts with this storm number 1 should be about 1 inch, maybe 1.5 inches for folks in the Tennessee Valley. About 1 inch, Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, Anniston, Gadsden. 1/2 to 1 inch for South Alabama. And again, this would be Sunday and Sunday night. And we'll take the rain because, again, the latest drought monitor still showing about 35% of Alabama in some type of drought conditions. So let's go through modeling. Take it day by day. Model fans, this is the GFS, the 12Z run, valid tomorrow afternoon at 3. Trough moving off the upper Atlantic coast. You see the trough digging down across the Rockies, and down below that, we're just cold and dry. We start the day again for North Alabama in the 20s. The high will be in the 40s, 50s for South Alabama. We note that 997 millibar surface low that's over northeast New Mexico, and boom, here we go, storm number 1. So this is Sunday afternoon. The surface low should be west of Memphis, about 1,000 millibars. And the cold air to the north of the surface low, this nasty stretch of snow and ice, again from Kansas over to Kansas City, St. Louis, Cincinnati, Louisville. And I should mention there's a chance that early Sunday morning as the precipitation begins over extreme north Alabama, temperatures could be near freezing, which means there might be a little brief window of some freezing rain. When we say freezing rain, that's not sleet. Sleet, that's ice pellets. Freezing rain, it's liquid. You walk outside, you get wet. With temperatures at or below 32. And there could be a little touch of bridge icing in spots over the Tennessee Valley early Sunday. So keep that in mind. But for most of the day, we warm up, becomes windy, and it rains. And again, that configuration will likely push a line of thunderstorms in here Sunday night. This is the surface-based instability coming off the high-resolution NAM. And this is valid Sunday evening at 6 o'clock local time. And there's a little bit over southwest Alabama, but again, with the lack of instability, we just don't see a big problem with severe storms in the state. Clearly, the better chance of any severe storms west of here, Mississippi, Arkansas, Louisiana, east and southeast Texas. But I will say it's going to be windy Sunday as the gradient increases and tightens up. By Sunday evening and Sunday night, we'll probably see winds in advance of the Arctic front gusting to 35, maybe 40 miles an hour in spots. So keep that in mind. It's going to be very windy Sunday afternoon and Sunday night. And then Monday, still very windy, but instead of a south wind, it's an icy north wind. Cloudy and maybe some snow flurries Monday for about the northern third of the state. Better chance of any flurries north of Interstate 20. If we have any flurries, no impact. And again, North Alabama in the 30s all day. And because of that icy north wind, going to feel like we're below freezing all day. A very raw, cold day for Monday. So Tuesday, not as windy. We're cold and dry. Tuesday morning, lows well down in the low 20s. The high Tuesday will stay in the 30s for the northern counties of the state. And we should mention, this is a look at the latest snow output coming off the National Blend of Models for storm number 1. And again, this is for folks that are in that zone there. Again, the heaviest snow, Kansas City, St. Louis, Indianapolis, Columbus, over to West Virginia, ultimately Washington, D.C., and Baltimore. And again, that's going to be in that Sunday, Monday night, early Tuesday time frame. And to the south of the snow band, we're going to have some ice, freezing rain, ice accumulation, and that's nasty. I don't think anybody likes ice accumulation. And again, that would affect southern Missouri, parts of Kentucky, and Virginia. So again, for those of you in that zone, be aware of that. Winter storm watches blanket that whole region, of course. So this is Wednesday of next week, cold and dry. Again, North Alabama, highs in the 30s, lows teens and 20s. This is Thursday of next week. We're still cold and we're still dry. In fact, some of the guidance coming in showing teens all the way down to Birmingham Thursday morning. The high Thursday will be in the 30s for North Alabama, and there's our messy winter storm west of here Thursday. And this is suggesting snow could be falling in places like Wichita Falls, Texas, down toward Del Rio, Texas, with rain for Houston and Dallas-Fort Worth. And let's go on out to Friday, a week from today, January 10th. Got a positive tilt trough to the west, and a broad surface low is forming on the coast of Louisiana. And this is suggesting a mixed bag of precipitation coming in here during the day Friday. So let's look at specific modeling on this if we dare. So this is the American GFS global model. This is valid Friday night of next week at midnight, a week from tonight. And again, the thermal value is a little warmer on this run, showing rain from Interstate 20 south, and then freezing rain or sleet, mainly freezing rain north of Interstate 20, and then snow for much of Tennessee and Kentucky. Again, this is the American GFS. This is the European global model at the exact same time, midnight, Friday night of next week, and it shows absolutely nothing. And what it does, it holds off the wave until later in the weekend and brings in just rain by Sunday the 12th. And for the fun of it, here's our third opinion, the Canadian global model, and this is Thursday night. Not Friday night, but Thursday night of next week, and it really shows nothing. It's got a surface low shunted far, far south in the Gulf of Mexico with deep cold air in place here. So again, these things are just all over the board. And they will continue to do this until we get to Monday. And again, this deterministic stuff, and it's fun to look at it. And again, if you watch these videos, if you watch this all the way to this point, you understand the limitations of what we're showing here. The bottom line is we don't know. I think the best way to look at it for the snow lovers, it's the plume values coming off the ensembles. Forget the deterministic stuff. This is coming off the European ensemble. Now remember, the European ensemble has 51 members. The model is run 51 different ways with little different initialization parameters and some different physics involved. And you can look at the range of possibilities. That's what the ensembles are for. And remember, 51 members, and there's one member, one that shows 10 inches of snow at Birmingham. We'll not worry about that one. That is a total outlier. You want to look for the green line. That's the mean of the ensemble members, and it's about a half inch, suggesting there could be a little snow at Birmingham. Many of the members show absolutely nothing. But again, we've got to get Storm System 1 out of here before we can focus on Storm number 2 at the end of next week. The signals are there that we'll have some type of broad low in the Gulf of Mexico. Will it bring some rain, some snow, some sleet, some freezing rain, or nothing? We just don't know that yet, and we just don't like to get into it until we get within credible range. In this case, it's going to be Monday. It'll be an interesting day to start watching this on Monday. We'll check the numbers coming off the national blend of models. And the one thing we'll say with great confidence, next week is going to be very cold. And again, you can see we peak at 59 on Sunday. And then 42 Monday, that could be early in the morning. I think we sit in the 30s all day. And this is for Birmingham. Obviously, if you're north of Birmingham, it's going to be colder. Highs in the 30s, lows, low 20s next week. And again, many spots will see teens by midweek over North Alabama. And with temperatures stay below average all the way through mid-month, through Tuesday the 14th, we're still not seeing any big sign of the next reinforcing shot of Arctic air at this point. But next week for sure looks awfully cold. And let's see if the latest 8 to 14 day happens to be in, and it's not quite, going a little early today, but still, that's the idea. This is for the 10th through the 16th of January. Temperatures below average over the eastern states. So that'll do it today. Again, we're back on the road next week. School's back, and looking forward to it. Looks like my first visit's going to be to a program for some special adults up in Winston County on Monday. Typically, I don't do school programs the first day back. We'll start those on Tuesday, but I've got a program up in Winston County on Monday. If you're new here, we do these live by my YouTube channel and Facebook page every morning about 5:45, in the afternoon about 2:45, a little early today. Weekends as needed. Supplementary notes on the blog, alabamawx.com, and of course, we invite you to watch us on television this evening. Studio A, ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend, and God bless.